Hey guys, what do we have on IndusInd Bank? I have read it again and again and again so that I don't get it wrong. Ye kya ho gaya? Suddenly IndusInd Bank comes and says that they have a negative post impact of nearly 2.3% of the total net worth, largely because of internal forex derivative losses. From where has this come? Why this was not disclosed? How come this, in a sense, passed the RBI muster? Because banks are so regulated and they're so well, audited. How come this is something which, in a sense, was passed? So this news is just going to damage the credibility of IndusInd Bank. We got the news over the weekend that Sumant Kathpalia has got, instead of 3, a 1-year extension. The CFO place is still vacant, and then on top of that you have this entire derivative loss, and then 2 quarters ago it was that MFI shocker which shook the market. So needless to say, it's a stock where it appeared to me yesterday that the impact of Mr. Sumant Kathpalia's extension would not be very far-fetched beyond 4 or 5%. But I think this would really act as a sledgehammer for a stock where even if valuations are attractive, because now markets would have to reassess their earnings and they would have to reassess the entire book value for the stock for FY26 and FY27. So let me put it very simple. IndusInd Bank has not conducted themselves very well. The leadership crisis continues, the volatility in the number continues, the fact that if this is a loss, which is an internal loss and which has been there for multiple years, how come that was not disclosed? And this will straight away go out of the balance sheet. And if it goes out of the balance sheet, it will have impact on net worth. If the net worth of a bank goes down, it will have impact on the stock price. So 900 is where the stock closed yesterday. I think it would be a gap down and a massive gap down. There you go to take it from there. The problem is that it is not a cyclical downturn. It is not one-off. It's a client issue. The problem is that the series of events and series of news flow which is coming from IndusInd Bank, they are just damaging the credibility and their ability to really communicate truth with the market. Mr. Kathpalia gets a 1-year extension. Why not 3? Obviously, RBI has not given 3. Second, the CFO, he's gone, no replacement. Third, 2 quarters ago, you come out and say all is well. Then you come out and say, oh my God, there's a problem in our MFI book which we really need to clean up. From high growth to these hidden skeletons, when they come out, it damages the credibility. So the buyer is not going to be coming out. With HDFC Bank, 6 months they fixed their balance sheet, buyers started coming out. ICICI Bank went through the worst crisis, Chanda Kochar, worst crisis. It took them a year, they came out. But here, what is happening with? Who's the
skeletons are still coming out of the closet. Let's just put it as
it is not like a 1 quarter loss. No, if it would have happened in this quarter, markets would have said okay. But this is a loss which I think is 2024. Yeah, it's an old loss, Aisha. It's like a 6-year-old loss. They're just hiding it here and there, which is it'll damage the credibility, to put it very simply. The stock will have to face some music, and I don't think the buyer is going to be in a hurry to buy the stock right now.
Yeah, the bank does expect an adverse impact of 2.35% of the net worth because of these discrepancies, and will be taking a one-time hit. And sure enough, the market already begun pricing that in yesterday and over the last 1 week or so. And today is going to be that final knock perhaps, or a few more days of a selling, and the market will try and adjust and, give it that fair value. And clearly, now people are talking about the fact that no wonder then, because of this, Sumant Kathpalia only got a 1-year extension and not 3 years, and that's something that the stock as well is pricing in. But Kunal, a breakdown, right, on IndusInd, I'm sure it's going to fall further today too.
Yeah, it should, and I think with yesterday's price correction for IndusInd Bank, the stock coming closer to the 900 mark, I believe that today's sell-off could probably be taking the stock back again. I think almost to last 4 years or 5 years of chart history, or maybe more than that. So, it just tells you that the recent weakness for the stock, in the last 1 week or 10 days itself, the stock had fallen 15% from 1040-50 levels towards 900 mark. And that was at a point where many of the private sector banking names, HDFC Bank, Axis, etc., they were just about going through a consolidation. So this could probably sum it up, that the market participants were expecting or anticipating some sort of a negative outcome for the stock.
In fact, let's hear out what the management as well had to say about the closure of from investment agencies and, of course, how their Q4 was.
Expect a closure of the external agency. We believe that should come around end of quarter 4.
You will see elevated number this quarter on the flows, and we will also make sure that our 30 plus actually reflects the right, we reflect what is the normal BU, and we may take some extra hits on account of that. So we should be very fine on our numbers as we go forward from quarter 1 onwards. So quarter 4 should be the bottom of the pyramid on this. We are in discussions as of now. We would actually, I think general reserves cannot be touched, and I think we'll have to take it through the P&L. We started reviewing whatever our internal trade book was, and I think we started observing some discrepancies in our businesses, which was identified by September or October, and then we hired the external agency to start reviewing our business. And that is why we are comfortable that by March end or April early, we should be able to identify the gap, and it seems to be in line with what we are saying, but we want to be very sure about it right now because it's still not validated completely.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.